Reconvening the regular session of the City Council. Following the closed session, any portion of the closed session of the City Council. The City Council will reconvene an open session to take any action necessary for the items discussed in closed session. Dan, would you make a statement, please?
Yes, Mayor and Council. So we've had the opportunity to discuss the legal ramifications and the personnel policy that the City of Bandera has adopted. So what your policy does is it affords a right of appeal. That is not something that's necessary under Texas law, but you do have it in your personnel policy. Typically, if a person is terminated for cause, they don't get to come to the City Council and make a case. Your personnel policy also does not outline any specific process or procedure other than there are requirements that are to be in the appeal that's filed, and then the council is supposed to take that under due consideration, and then you render a judgment whether tonight or within a reasonable amount of time is all the policy requires. What was the request that's before you is to have the termination overturned and have this employee reinstated as a wastewater plant operator for the reasons that they were treated unfairly and in a capricious manner. So just in the legal world, if you're treated unfairly, I mean, I think that, you know, we can kind of imagine what that would be, but capricious would mean without any basis in fact. The actions taken to terminate the employee, there was no reason for that termination. In the packets that you were provided, you have all of the statements from the persons involved as to the reason for the termination and why that was believed to be the best course of action. If the council feels like you need further information, you are of course welcome to hear from any of the persons that you've received statements from, including the appellant or the supervisor or the city administrator. Everybody's here that would be relevant if you believe that's necessary. Otherwise, that's not required by your policy. If you have enough information in the written documents, you can make motions and dispose of this tonight, or you can take it under advisement and issue an opinion at a later date.
Thank you, Ken. Council? What are we going to do? Gary?
I'd like to make a motion.
Okay, what's your motion?
Motion to deny appeal.
Have a second?
I'll second this motion.
Rebecca seconds. Discussion, Council? All in favor? All in favor? None opposed. So the motion to deny the appeal has passed. Thank you. Okay, item 8. Discussion of possible action on the following items. Item A is the resolution declaring certain property to be surplus property and authorizing the city administrator to dispose of the property in the manner most advantageous to the city. Jay, what you got on your list?
What we're trying to do is to get rid of some equipment that we do not use, cannot use. It's just sitting there rotting away. We feel we could get rid of this through gov deals, use some of that money to purchase equipment that we can use, such as a hydro excavator, for example. That's one of the goals that we're looking to get, which would save us a lot of time and money in any kind of excavation that we have to do. So we have 4 pieces of equipment. Have no idea how much, you know, we might get for them. But if we put it on gov deals is a huge opportunity for us nationwide, so anybody that could see it from whatever may think this is treasure and want to bid on it and buy it. So that's what we'd like to move forward with if council agrees.
Thank you. Council, Jerry?
Question. The asphalt roller in particular, why is that not being used?
Old and wore out, to be honest, and too small to really do what you want them to do.
Okay. Even with all of our road work that we need to do?
Yes, sir. You need something a lot.
No real use?
A lot. It's really just...
I saw it, so
yeah.
I can understand that. Okay.
Glenn?
Yeah, I question the Massey Ferguson tractor with the brush hog. We do have some rough areas down in the park and stuff. I mean, what is our option? Do we have something for the Bobcat or something other than the zero-turn mowers to mow rough areas?
We do have some other equipment. That Massey Ferguson though is basically at the end of its life also. And I think Martin might be able to spend a bunch of money on it, I think, right before I come here.
We have two rollers. One, the small one we want to get rid of because we don't use it. We have another tractor and another bush hog. This is extra equipment that we can't use. So we still have the ability to do everything that we need to do.
Thank you. Further questions, council? Do you have a motion?
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Lynn makes a motion to approve the resolution.
Resolution.
Jerry seconds. Discussion? All in favor? All in favor, none opposed. Motion passed. Item B, approval of professional services contract with Bo Mansfield to do a survey of the entire city for $6,000. Jay, I think you have an update on this?
I do. The only quote I got a while back was from Mr. Mansfield. I reached out to several others. I have not got anything back. I don't know because of the holidays or they're not interested or whatever the deal may be. And I asked Mr. Mansfield today for an updated quote, and I'd like for council to table this to consider at a later date till we can get some more quotes if possible.
Thank you.
Move to table.
Lynn moves to table. Second, Ms. Bryce. Discussion? All in favor?
May
Oh,
I
I'm sorry.
just make a comment? Were you able to speak with Derek Nizer with our engineering firm
I
today?
was,
'Cause I had
and
a conversation with him.
He said that, they could do it. It would be more expensive than if we could get someone locally that was familiar with the area, the steps that would need to be taken. But he did offer their services, and I told him to send us a quote also, just so we'd have that.
Good deal.
And Jay, would you share with them what you told me about Bo having the meets and bounds and another company saying we would have to do all of this
Right.
first and then?
A lot of it, basically, he knows, and he may have worked for the company that done it originally. I don't know that, but what they're gonna have to do, they're gonna have to go to the courthouse, get all the documentation where everything is, where he already has, that basically in his.
Description.
Mhm. So it's like I say, it'd save us a lot of money just on that end also if he does turn out to be the lowest quote.
Okay. And if he's not the lowest quote, it could
But entirely up to council.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't
So
know
we'll
that
just
we
review
would
that
have to
next time.
accept low bid, for example. I think that could be up to council to determine if they wanted to look at other options.
Are we tabling this till our next regular?
If you table it, it goes to your
scheduled
next agenda.
meeting? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor? All in favor, none are passed. We will table this to the January 2nd meeting. At this time, I'm going to recess the regular meeting at 6:10. Council, I'm gonna ask that we take a brief break to wait for Tony. She said she would get here as close to
She's here.
10 o'clock as she
She's here.
could.
She's here.
She's here? All right,
She's in my
Tony, are you ready
office.
to begin?
You have everybody?
Our attorney, that's fine.
Okay.
Are you having a workshop?
Yeah, let's just recess. She's waiting on their attorney.
I'm sorry, what was your?
She said they were waiting on their attorney.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm about
Okay,
to
let's have a
sneeze.
recess for, let's say, 10 minutes. We'll see if Marty's here by then.
Turn the heat up.